It's Kim Karen again, and today we have in store to interview Peyton Hutchinson. So give us a few minutes as we give her time, and Instagram has time to get people on board. So I hope y'all having a great Monday. It is beautiful in downtown Tupelo, and we're excited that y'all are joining us to do our live interview today. So I'm trying to wait for Peyton to show up. And as soon as I do, I will load her on. Just a second. You know, there's a little bit of a delay when we get started on these interviews. So that's why I try to start just a minute or two before 12:30 and just let her have some time to get logged in. It gets a little crazy, and no matter how we prepare, it never goes smoothly. So anyway, I hope y'all had a great weekend. I got to sit out on the back porch last night and read a bit, and it was wonderful. And I hope you were able to do the same thing. If you're not in the South and you didn't have good weather, I hate that for you. And maybe tomorrow or today's going to be a better day. So let's see. Still waiting to see Peyton showing up. Let's see. Oh, there she is. I'm going to ask her to join. And let's see. Peyton, I sent you a request. So give us some. Oh, it's connecting. Yay!
That worked. I've never done it together. So this
it's together. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let me see if I can turn this up a little bit so I can hear a bit better. I'm getting too old. All right. So, Peyton, I don't know if you've watched the other videos with our other artists, but what I'll do is I'm going to go through some questions to you, and you just kind of, whatever comes to your head, just feel natural to answer those questions.
Okay.
And, just FYI, I hear a lot of truck noise out in front of the gallery this morning. I don't know why. It's been quiet all morning. All these trucks are here now.
I can't hear it. It's okay. Well, you may hear kids downstairs or dogs. I don't know. Our house is always loud. I told them all what I was doing, but we'll see. They were like, "What are you doing, Mom? You're doing an interview?" They're funny.
It's all new to everybody else too, and so we're not going to sweat it. We should enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
In case anybody doesn't notice, behind me are Peyton's pieces. I've kind of hung them on the wall so everyone can see them, and I have this little makeshift studio every day. So anyway, we'll try our best to get through it. Okay, so your first question is, how did you become an artist?
Okay.
Basically, tell us your personal journey about being or trying to be a full-time artist. I know you've got kids and such.
Okay. Well, yesterday when I was doing a studio tour for Kim yesterday that I guess you'll post later today on y'all's feed, where you'll get to see my studio. And the video ended up being really long because I started talking about all that. I don't know why. It was just like I was on a roll and I was talking about my background, and then before I knew it, the video was way too long. So, but now I'll explain all that now. But anyway, yeah, I was so lucky. My art teacher lived down the street from me, and so I would go like every Monday to her house and have an art lesson, and we started with the basics, drawing. I've learned really well how to draw from her, and then we went into pastels, and I don't think I did painting. I don't think I touched oil painting till maybe my junior or senior year. And then I went to Ole Miss and majored in painting, and looking back, I wish I would have gone for a scholarship or something because I had such a huge body of work. But back then, you don't really know that, like, the internet wasn't available really back then. That was in 1996. And so we didn't know, like, that there are art scholarships out there that you can get now. So anyway, I'm just telling that for people that, may have kids that have really good artists in high school, and look into it, because my niece, turns out she went to Ole Miss and she did get one of those art scholarships, and she's majored in art and doing really well in that. So, but anyway, so I finished there, and Bernie and my husband and I got married, and he was playing baseball at the time. So we traveled a good bit with baseball, but art was something I could always do. I could always paint and try to make a little extra money for me. I mean, back then Bernie was not if you're trying to make it in the minor league baseball, they hardly make any money. I mean, it's really, parents were having to help us monthly. It was a funny time looking back. But anyway, so to make a little extra money, I would paint some easy things and I was going to show y'all these. These are funny. So these, I used to paint high heel shoes.
Oh, I think
and I sold like boo-poodles of them. And these were actually like my bridesmaid gifts. So anyway, you just never know. Like, I was like, I just was trying to make a little cash for us. And so then, anyway, baseball ended. That segment of our life, kind of hurt his elbow. So we knew, okay, he was like, I got to get a real job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we landed in Jackson, Mississippi. He got a job with Ross and Yarger, who they're in Tupelo too.
Right. They're sure.
So anyway, being in Jackson though, we didn't have any family here, but there is a big art community here.
There is.
Lots of artists.
Yeah.
And so I immediately got in touch with Bob Tompkins. He's a still life painter, and he's an amazing artist from Mississippi.
Yes.
So I was pulling these out yesterday, so I might as well show y'all too. So you start painting still lifes with him, and these are just some old ones. They're the kind that you like have, you have one light source coming in, and then you've got your shadows, your lights, your darks. I just never been taught that, and it was really, really good for me to learn because in all my years of training, I'd never learned really how to do it like the old masters did, kind of. So then,
hey Peyton, I was going to tell everybody that we have quite a few artists in our gallery who have taught. They have learned from Bob's studio. Lauren Dunn, Susan Wellington.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple other ones, and it's amazing artists.
So I would encourage anybody that if you are, wanting to paint, he is just such a good beginner. It's hard. It's not like you're just, but he's teaching you how to paint, really paint like the old masters did. And it's such a good skill to learn as an artist. So,
sorry, I interrupted.
I was, let's see. Oh, wait, but I've got to talk about the art festivals. That's what was funny too. So I loved painting still lifes, but it kind of was like one of those things where a lot of artists around here were doing that, and they were really good at it. Bob's so good at it. Lucy Mazzaferro's so good at it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I don't know that I'm on that realm. So I'm still kind of searching for what is my style? What is a Peyton painting? So then I discovered the palette knife. And so that's kind of, over the years now, I feel like I've taken everything I've learned and I paint mostly with palette knife, really thick. Mm-hmm. I lay it in, like with the brush, and then I finish it with the palette knife.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. But but I was thinking back to before kids, another way helping us make some money back then was we did art festivals. Like Bernie would work during the week, and then we traveled on the weekends going to these art festivals like Double Decker, Virginia Beach, Houston, Texas. We went like all over the Southeast, and it was great, make a little bit of money and help us out, but like it's hard. Those art festivals are really hard work.
It's a lot.
You have to make a huge body of work and load up and put up a tent, the whole shebang, and it's wonderful, but it's hard. And so then babies started coming, and so we kind of had to settle down a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so then from then I feel like I've just tried to get more like galleries have been so helpful to me, to get my work out there. And you've been so good, Kim, oh my goodness, you're so good at the social media aspect and promoting all of us. So
we're so hard, and it's always changing.
Yeah.
All these the Instagram live, just I see it pop up some, and I just never really every now and then I would click on it, and then I'm like, whatever. And now it's Adam Trest has suggested this a few weeks ago, and when I sent the email out to all of y'all saying, do y'all want to do this? I mean, I was so surprised and excited to see all these artists who are like, I'm willing to do it. Yeah, yeah. Now we get people connected and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But it's still, it's fun. It's really,
That's so great. And then it's like the whole, for us as individual artists too, just social media and, you get your website up and going. There's just so many different avenues to promote yourself and then promote it through the gallery. And it's good. Yeah. Yes. I don't have to travel as much anymore. So that's nice.
The thing is that I've tried to, when I talk with an artist who's gotten really stressed about trying to provide artwork to galleries and try to do festivals, traveling, having to haul everything, setting up if the weather's not good and all that kind of thing. And so, I told him, I said, I'm saying this somewhat from a selfish standpoint, but also from the standpoint of if you just focus on either you're going to do festivals or you're going to do a gallery. Because if you really work with a gallery who's going to try to promote your stuff and sell your things, and you provide them fresh work and good work, not saving it for a festival and that kind of thing, you're going to sell more. Yeah. Your life is going to be more free, and so that you can turn around and do even more work and have it. Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like you think you can't do, you think you have to do it all, but when you kind of streamline it, it really sets you free to explore into different things that you had not been doing and produce better work and all that kind of stuff. So it's scary to give up the festival because it's good cash. Cash.
It's really good for some people. Like if you were maybe a single guy or even a single woman, or it's good, but it's just hard work. You have to get so much work together, and then the traveling and all that. So but my husband, he's been so good to me. He's always telling me, stop stressing yourself out. Just paint what you want to paint. He doesn't even want me to take commissions sometimes. He's like, I just want you to do what you want to do, and then you don't get so stressed. And so anyway,
don't get
but that's come over the years, So anyway, it didn't used to always be like that. He sometimes would be like, just paint what sells, Yeah.
Hard to balance that because things you've always done selling and then trying to do something new and introducing it, and people are like, well, why are you doing that?
I know.
Well,
for example, is my I have this thing with lily pads right now. I've been wanting to paint lily pads, and it was in your gallery. I had that big lily pad painting. And well, number one, it was enormous. So the right person has to find it for their place in their house. But it's not really maybe my style, I think. So, I mean, you can tell I've painted it, but not, I'm always painting. If y'all can look behind me, I can zoom in too. I have this thing with trees. I just always have painted trees. So look behind.
They're mostly trees. And I really love this new, here, let me grab one. Hold on.
Okay.
We're diverting a little bit from our questions, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I love this new color palette and this looseness of the style that you're doing right now.
Yes.
I think it's pretty.
So I tried to do that one. Okay, it's a nose shot. See it up there?
Yes.
Hang on. There it is. Yeah. So there it is. It's a little bit bigger version of that. I do love those colors, and so I'm trying to do more blues and greens. I was thinking about a green series, so anyway, that's what it's been going on.
I looked at some of your studio. You were alluding to that green palette, and so for people, it's hard. How color translates on my screen and how it's translated on your screen, and and when we post on the website, we try to get as close as we can to color. So usually the website's going to be fairly accurate, but when we're doing live, we can't.
I know. Well, then the Wi-Fi is kind of sketchy and crazy.
All right, let's see. Let's lump this together. And we alluded to this question. Your primary medium, your favorite imagery, and subject matter. Yeah. And so I think we kind of talked about that, but I know you paint with oil and not acrylic.
Yes, I know. I normally paint with oils all the time. I mean, they're my heart. They have my heart and soul. But lately, I don't know if some of your viewers, if they follow my Instagram page, I've been doing paintings for kids lately.
Yes.
After kids, and obviously, I'm just doing acrylics with them because they're so much easier. You can rinse it off with water. You know, it's just user friendly.
You don't want to with oil paint anyway because it's a little toxic. Isn't that correct?
It is a little toxic. Yeah. I mean, when I was pregnant, I called the company and said, how much lead is in this? Because these little tubes, I mean, they're tiny little tubes. But anyway, he said it's not enough you'd have to like drink it.
Okay, good.
So, yeah. But I still wear gloves. I started wearing gloves when I was pregnant, and then I just stuck with them because it's easy cleanup and all that.
I've noticed a lot more artists are wearing gloves when they paint. Just because of
it's just so easy. Like your phone rings, you can take them off, and yeah. So.
Yeah. And it's always good these days to be hygienic.
Yeah. Yes, right.
Okay, the next question is, how do you, what's it like trying to paint with family distractions?
Which are like constant in my house. I mean,
because you've got
the best thing that's happened to me this year is, of course, now we're in quarantine and everybody's home, is all three of mine are finally in school. I mean, I do have a kindergartner, but they're in school, and so that's really helped, you know. So I can focus on at least a few days, like if I get a couple of hours in, and then I still have time to do mom stuff, you know, around the house. I'd say the hardest thing is my studio is at home, which is wonderful. It's such a blessing, but like, there's always something else to do here. You know, I've always got laundry in my head, or there's just always something. But I have to, especially if I have a goal, like if I have a show coming up, it helps me go, okay, well, I have this in May, so I have got to set aside at least 3 days this week. I'm going to paint from 10 to 12 or whatever it might be, you know. That's what I'm trying to do. So I've always, that has really helped in the past. If I have a goal to get a body work together. So,
yeah. I know. I can chase rabbits really easy.
Yes.
Ask anybody. I walk in the door and I'm saying something and I'm like,
It's hard. I mean, we've gone back and forth. Like, I've thought about getting a studio outside of my home, but then it's just, you know, the cost and all that going into it. And I have this wonderful space. So,
might as well use it.
Might as well use it. Yeah.
It just teaches you to be more disciplined. And keep your eye, and they'll all be out of the house. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I have all this time. So, it's not a blink, but almost a blink. It feels like.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, so the next question I have is, why do you paint? Why not another career? What is it that keeps you as an artist and not going to do something else?
Okay, that's a really good question. I have always, in my heart and soul, felt like God has called me to do this, and I don't know why. I mean, but and you know how I just am a true believer of, if God's given you a gift, and whatever that might be, you do it to glorify Him through it. You know, you just do it every day, whatever He's given you the gift to do, whether it's teach or sing or go organize someone's house, whatever it is, you know, do it to glorify Him. So at the end of the day, that's why I do it. And then when I look back at my life, I'm like, it's just amazing how He orchestrated. I mean, my art teacher lived down the street from me. And then I went to college, and my parents supported me to major in painting. Like, and the whole time my dad was going, what are you going to do with this?
Yeah.
And he made me get my teacher's license on the side, thinking, well, she can fall back and be a teacher if she needs to. But from day one, I mean, when we graduated, I was always able to paint and do those art festivals. So it was a little income for us. So everything just kept pointing to, this is the road I want you to take. So
well, I think God blesses us when we follow that. Not saying it's easy, but I think He continues to open those doors and allow us to keep trucking. And it's going to be hard, and you're going to have distractions, and you're going to have life situations, and you know, that kind of thing. But I think the more you kind of follow that path, the more energized you become and want to really grow. And I think that's
it's like the only thing, you know, with everything going on in the world today, when I paint, it is the strangest thing. It's like everything leaves my mind. It's so therapeutic. And I've noticed that with my kids, and I started this little art class with them on Fridays. They're doing the same thing. They're so quiet, you know, they're just so into what they're painting. And so anyway, it's good for, for that art side of your brain to come out every once in a while for anyone. So
let's remind everybody that you're doing on Fridays on live.
yes. Yeah.
At what time?
I think this week we're doing it at 2 p.m. So that'd be 3 o'clock on the East Coast. But yeah, we just go live and my kids are with me. And we, this week, I'll show you what we're painting. I'm kind of excited.
Because you usually send out.
It's not anything I normally paint, but you know, it's Easter and it's Good Friday this Friday. So I thought we'll do the cross. And do you see the little, this is my favorite part, the crown.
Yeah. You know, I saw you post that the other day and I didn't see the crown of thorns.
Yeah, it's real subtle. So,
really yeah.
So, and I'm going to tell everybody, you know, you can do that or you don't have to paint it. I was trying to make it something that, I don't know, I felt like it needed it. So.
With it to be, you know, this being Holy Week is something that
yes.
I look forward to. I mean, we look forward to it and know, you know, Easter still happens whether we're in church or not.
Right.
It's not to have that reminder what we're going to do.
And we don't have a Good Friday service to go to this time. They're sending out devotionals, but like, you know, that's always a little, I don't know. So maybe you'll help me and my kids think about it on Friday. So
yeah. I know that you'll be posting the supplies and that kind of stuff on your Instagram page. So if you're not following Peyton on Instagram, you can see it right there on the screen. It's Peyton. Mm-hmm. What is it? Peyton. What's your
paintings?
Peyton paintings.
And I've been putting in my story the supply list, but they can message me. I'll send it to them. I mean,
yeah. All right. So is there anything else you want to share before we end our conversation?
This has been great. No, thank you for doing it.
Absolutely. And I'll be posting your studio tour later this afternoon.
Okay.
And y'all be looking, I'll make sure I try to tag. I'm still having to do a lot of stuff myself, and I'm not the best at it.
I know. We're all having to put ourselves out there more. It's like,
my gosh, crazy.
I know. Anyway,
have a great day, and thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate it, Kim. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Thanks for.
All right. Bye.
Okay.